everyone, Danny here, and welcome to Spenelli Speaks. Today is going to be a fun day because I have a ton of books to show you. I am going to be showing you all of the books that I got last week. So if you follow me, you know that last week I went around town for my birthday, went to a bunch of thrift stores, a few bookstores, and got a bunch of books. I'm going to show you that haul here all in one, but I also have some bonus hauls from rummage sales and some other things that I picked up books for. So we have a big bunch of books to go through. So as it is the summer, it is a great time to be going out for thrift sales, rummage sales, garage sales around you. And the first grouping of books that I'm going to show you, I actually picked up from a citywide rummage sale from my hometown. This was earlier in the summer, but I kept all the books aside so that I can show you them. And I'll let you know there's gonna be a lot of kids books, but let's go ahead and show you what I got. So we have this first one, Never Touch a Dinosaur. It's one of those touchy-feely books, and my kiddos still really love those. It's in great condition, so I got that. I don't remember the prices of everything because it's been a while, but I know that I probably spent less than $50 for all of these books, probably less than 20. I got Hello, Mrs. Pigglewiggle. I remember really enjoying this as a kid, so I just had to pick it up. It's in good condition, so I got that for a little middle grade reading. I love these, like There Was an Old Woman Who Swallowed so this one is There Was an Old Astronaut Who Swallowed the Moon. We have There Was a Cold Lady Who Swallowed Some Snow. I also really love all of the If You Give a Mouse, or If You Give a Pig, or If You Give a Moose. So I don't have If You Give a Moose a Muffin, so I found that one. Looks like this one was $1. We have Never Ever Talk to Strangers, and if you saw my last video, we were getting like manner stuff, and you'll see it again here today. But as we're starting to go into 4K, so we are a homeschool family, as we get into 4K, and really just in general, we're starting to try to learn about safety and manners and all the things that are in our developmental stage at this point. So I thought this was a great one to pick up. My daughter has been really getting into Doc McStuffins. She loves stuffies and everything, so to have a little doctor that loves stuffies too, she's been really getting into that. So I saw this book and it's in excellent condition, so I picked that up as well. And then I also found a few like flashcards. These are colors and shapes. This one is like 3-letter words, so you have a flashcard for each letter of the 3-letter word, so learning how to spell. And then these were really cool. I picked these up, so I have a whole like stack of them. I think there's like all of these, but they're Disney princesses, but they're look and finds. So it like, you can find these, and they're just little board books, but I thought these would really be really great. We're actually going to be going on a trip in February, and I think these will be great to put in our fanny pack for standing in line, if you get my drift. I found some bookends for $1. I thought that was excellent. And then I also found this really amazing stack. It was $8, but these books are all like brand new. No one's touched them. And they're like science books from Usborne, which I believe is called Paper Pie now. So we have Your Body, Planet Earth, Weather, Earthquakes, the Solar System, Volcanoes, Astronomy, Storms and Hurricanes, Living in Space, and Sun, Moon, and Stars. So that's an excellent little collection that we can use for school when it's that time. If you're wondering, like, oh, my daughter's, 4, some of this seems a little bit old for her. I am of the schooling of get it while you can get it for a good price, because when you need it and you can't find it, then you end up paying double. So I always, when I see stuff, I just make sure that I pick it up. And then I went to a rummage sale, and this is a rummage sale that we go to every year because the person who runs it is like an ex-librarian. So they have a ton of books always. So I got this Laura Childs. It's Eggs in Purgatory. I believe it might be the first one in this particular series. Yes, of the Cackleberry Club mysteries. And I like Laura Childs, so I picked that up. It was 50 cents. I also got this Hot Fudge Frame Up, so a little cozy mystery, 50 cents. I am reading this series by Laura Child. So this is the Tea Shop Mystery Series, and this is, I don't know which number it is, but it's the Dragonwell Dead. If I see these, I pick them up because they are very hard to find, and I'm reading this series really slowly. So whenever I find one, I'll just pick it up. I also found the English Breakfast Murder, and I think this is like the second or third one. I might be. So I've read the Death by Darjeeling. I read Gunpowder Green. I think I own Shades of Earl Grey, and then this is the English Breakfast Murder, and then this Dragonwell Dead is like farther down the road. So we have that. L is for Lollygag. This is it's quirky words for a clever tongue. I've not ever seen this before, but it has like definitions inside and like illustrations as well. But it's just like really kind of quirky, and I really like it. Like some of the words, so jamboree, jubilation, juxtaposition, laissez-faire, look-see, loosey-goosey, lollapalooza, madcap, moxie, mulligan, nitty-gritty, nonchalance, nosy Parker. Ooh, Nickelodeon's in there. Ornery, outlandish. So it's just a cute little like dictionary for silly words, and I love that kind of thing. This, the Little Lost Library, I think it was $2. It's a hardcover. It's a secret book and scone society novel, and I believe she mentioned that this is the first in a series, but maybe a duology. She was trying to tell me about it, and I was getting confused, but I got it anyways because I'm like, I love books about books. And then I got this Kate Quinn called The Huntress, because I do love me a good historical novel as well. So we got that at those rummage sales. And next, I missed a whole bag. These are from more of those rummage sales. That's right. Okay, so Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I knew I had a whole nother, I was like, I know I bought more from her. So Good Girl's Guide to Murder, the Good Girl Bad Blood. So this is the second. So that's 2 there. And then here we go. We got our Katie from Katie in the Books, her first novel, Secrets of Heartwood Hall. So I'm very excited that I ended up getting that, finding that out in the world. Oh, here, I think this, so here it is. So the Secret Book and Scone Society, and then I believe this is another one in there. So I think it was like they all 3 go together. So that's what she was trying to explain. So those are all $1 each. And then this is the Pigeon Pie Mystery, and it's funny because I feel like I have this. I definitely feel like I have seen this on my shelf, maybe. Or maybe I bought it for somebody else. But now that I'm seeing this cover again, I'm like, I think I may have seen this already. We have Ink and Shadows. This is, oh yeah, so there's a whole bunch in that series. So I just picked like a ton of them up. And then I ended up buying a Dan Brown because I thought a friend of mine needed this, but it sounds like she doesn't. So I'll just be donating that back. No big deal. And then, I'm always in for these golden books. So we have Let's Go, which is the fire station. And then the last one I got, which I'm very excited about because I've been wanting to read this, and it's actually a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be, but The London Seance Society. So this is from the same author of The Lost Apothecary. So we have that as well. And I'm excited to read that. that'll be fun. So there's that. So those are all the books that I got at the rummage sales earlier this summer. Okay, so then the rest of the books that I'm gonna have, or the next set of books that I'm gonna have, are from my big excursion of book buying. So I stopped at a new thrift store to me, and I found this solar system book, which is really cool because it's like it comes out and then it kind of expands. It's very cool. So again, trying to collect all of those like educational books. What I'm going to do is start kind of like my own library system where I have like age groups and stuff. I got one of these Groovin unicorns. So again, those touchy-feely books. Got that. I'm like starting to organize now that I'm pulling all these books out of my bags. I got this really cute book. It's called Because I'm Your Dad, and it's it's a monster and his little monster son, and it's just so cute, and I love these books. And I like to find books like this for my husband because he works an awful lot, and so when he is home and he's able to read to the kids, I like it to be something significant that they can read together. And then I found these two really cool thick coloring books, again thinking ahead to our upcoming trip. So those are some coloring books for the kids. The next one is just a little one. So I did stop at Half Price Books, and I got this Princess Diana book. You know, I love the golden books. And then I also, I don't have it here, but because I since have read it, but Valley of the Dolls, I'll put a little picture here. Valley of the Dolls by Jacqueline Suzanne. That was Double Booked Co.'s July book club book. So I couldn't believe I found it. It was such a perfect day. It was such a perfect day. So feel free to jump back and watch that if you'd like. But I found the copy that I wanted, and I was able to read it, and I can tell you it was a 5-star read. So I had that from Half Price Books, and then I also found another Edward Rutherford, because I have found that if I pass up on a Rutherford at Half Price Books, I will never see it again there. So I went ahead and bought the one that I don't have, which is Ireland Awakening. Very interested. Of course, it's ginormous, because why wouldn't it be? So we got those two from Half Price Books. The next two books are from a new to my town bookstore, and it is primarily romance books in there, but they do have contemporary, they do have thriller. I would say it's probably 90% romance, and then they do have, you know, current bestsellers and different contemporary books. You can find Dungeon Crawler Carlo there as well. But anyways, I found the first book in the Tomes and Tea series by Rebecca Thorne. I have the second. I received the second book at Christmas time. So of course I couldn't start there, so I found the first one and I bought that, and it has these lovely sprayed edges. So I was very pleased to find that. And then I found a new series to start by an author I have read before, so Emily Rath, and it's called Beautiful Things. This is a Regency Why Choose Romance. So we have that. I actually found it on Libby as well, or was it Libby? So I am listening to it currently, but I think I'm gonna stop listening to it because I don't like the narration. I think the narration makes, like, the female voice is fine, but it's a duet kind of thing situation, and the male voice, he makes the men sound really bad because he's trying to like make them have different voices, and some of the voices are okay, but there's one that I like, that male lead, and I cannot stand his voice. So I think I'm going to stop listening to it and just pick up where I left off. But this has beautiful sprayed edges, so I was very pleased to get that. I think this is a beautiful book. Okay, so another thrift store in that book buying funsy day, I went to my favorite place, and it looks like they brought their prices back down to a regular amount. So again, I've been collecting kids' books, especially learning books, and we are going to be doing some readings soon. So we have some level 1 readers that I picked up. So she loves Peppa Pig, so I thought this would be a great place to start. So we have that one. I like to pick up Seuss books, and we don't have this one, So this was The Cat in the Hat Comes Back. And then my son loves Ratatouille, so I found this book. It's not that great condition, but it was $1, so you gotta do what you gotta do, right? And then I like to pick up books that I can take to my parents' house, and my mom really loves Pugs, so I thought this would be fun for her to read to the kids. So it's Pugs in a Bug, so I thought that was super cute. The illustrations I think are just adorable, so I'm very excited to take that. I should put that into a different pile so that I don't get it mixed up. Then of course I went crazy with the golden books and ended up getting a few there. So we have Sing, which I'm pretty sure we don't have all of these books, because that's the worst, is when I go out and I buy them and I'm like, oh, I already have those. I know we don't have Space Mountain. I didn't even know they were doing books like this, so I'm super excited. So we have Space Mountain, and then we also have Figment, which I'm very, very excited about. Again, I had no idea that they even had golden books for things in the park. I thought that was so cool, so I got those too. And then this is the one I'm thinking that we have. I feel like I have this one because anytime I saw like unicorns or anything with rainbows, my daughter loves unicorns and rainbows. So I'm pretty sure we have that one. She loves Bluey, so of course I picked up a Bluey golden book. And then I love Pokey Little Puppy, so I have the original, and now this is a Christmas one, or a winter one. So very, very excited about that. Next up, I stopped at a St. Vincent de Paul, which I absolutely love. This one that I go to, they always have a great book selection. And while I was going to all these thrift stores, I tell you what, they had so many, they had so many options. It was crazy. I've never seen so many books at all these thrift stores. I was so excited. It was like it was ready for me. It was amazing. So, of course, I was picking up, this is an auto buy for me, Mitch Albom. This is Have a Little Faith. So I picked up that for my collection, and then the rest of these are all kids' books that I picked up for my daughter and my son. So we have a Pinkalicious reading book. We have a Biscuit one. Biscuit loves the library, because who doesn't love the library? Sorry, I think I just hit you there. And then we had a Princess reading book. And then here we go with some of the Why Should I Share? Why Should I Listen? Why Should I Help? Kindness from A to Z. So you see the theme here. And then my daughter absolutely loves giraffes, so Giraffe in the Bath. So I had to pick that one up as well. Okay, so this next group of books I picked up from a local used bookstore. It's like a family owned, they get like pallets of books, and they always have so many books, specifically like school books. So it's really great for teachers and people like me who are homeschooling that. But I got a ton of books there, and it was actually like fill a bag for $10. And the books that I had, they're like, that looks like half a bag. So all the books that I'm about to show you, they cost me $5, just a flat $5. So I got the kids this Incredibles. It's a like look and find. They love these books. They are so fun. It is something that I really do actually enjoy doing with my kids. That is like a time consuming, like you're just sitting there staring, because I used to love Where's Waldo. So this is super fun for me to sit with my kids. Like if I'm not reading something, I love to read to them because it's like interactive, but if I'm having to do something where they're doing more of the action and I'm just having to sit there, that's what I want to do. So we had that, and then here comes more reading books. So we had Boss Baby read. We have this Cars book. My son loves Cars, but the fun thing about this is it's actually like in a comic book style, which I thought was super cool. If you follow me, you know I like comics. Then we have What's Up with That Cup, and this is helping to understand measuring. Then we have a Measuring Time book. We have a book about horses. We have a book about the sun. We have a Gliders and Sliders book. We have a defense book, so you can see the theme. This is all like for school, for teaching. We have a book about chickens. We have a book about telling time. We have a book about weather. So perfect place, and I really wish I wasn't in there for very long because I was getting very, 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 very overwhelmed. So I got what I got and I got out of there. But I want to go back and just that's the only place that I go for the day. And then I have our Daniel Tiger. My kids love this, so Big Enough to Help. And then for me, I found a few books. This is another auto-buy author for me. So Richard Paul Evans. This one is A Winter's Dream. These are really nice for like just cozy books. They're really lighthearted. They're inspirational. They just make you feel good inside. So another one I got was The Looking Glass. So again, all of these books, I only paid $5. I got a fictional story about Stonehenge. If you know, I'm reading Sarum right now, which is also fiction, but again, around that Salisbury area. Love learning about history, which brings me to this big chunkster of book. This is a Ken Follett book. So right here, I mean, this is worth $5 for sure. So I definitely got a really great deal. This is The Pillars of the Earth. This is the first in that series. I've been meaning to look at this, but I never really wanted to spend a lot of money on it because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. So this was a perfect time to find it. And so if I get into it and I don't particularly like it, free little library it goes. And the last book that I got at that shop was The Vanishing Half, which I have not read. It was hardcover. Again, $5 for all those books. That was totally worth it. Now this next little pile of books, so the day after I did my big like go through town thrifting haul thing, I saw a little Facebook post about a book sale at like a rummage sale, and I was like, well, I think I should go to that. So I woke up in the morning and went over there, and I found a couple things. So I found Three Little Pigs. My daughter loves this story because I started to just like tell a story at night because I have to kind of like lay down with my kids for a little while, and I would just like start to like tell this Three Little Pigs story because it's like, it's one of those stories that you just know. So I started telling this story and she asks for it all the time. So I was like, I found it and I was like, oh, this would be so cute for her to have. So we have that one, Homegoing, by Ya Gyasi. This book, I've read it already. It's 5 stars. It's so good. It is worth a reread. I highly recommend, if you've never read this book, that you find it. It is agonizing. It is beautiful. It's amazing. It is a story through generations. It's actually follows two prongs of a family tree and how their lives are so different depending on what happened in the very beginning of this split. It's a beautiful story. It's so good. And like I said, it is really worth the reread, and that's why I picked it up, because it is such a good book. So if you haven't already read this, I do recommend it wholeheartedly. I also found a nonfiction book about the Crusades. Again, I'm all about history, so I picked that one up. I thought that might be interesting. I found 2 little golden books. So we have Planes, Fire and Rescue, and then The Little Red Caboose. I don't think I have this one, and I would just like screamed at me. I was like, oh my gosh, how do you not look at this? And like your entire childhood flashes before your eyes. So very excited to have gotten that. And then of course, still picking up these books about science and whatnot. And these Paper Pie Osborne books, they do such a nice job. I think they're really fantastic. So I got that as well. Okay, last set of books, I promise. So this is a pile of books that I got. I believe my whole total was like $14 this was from another St. Vincent de Paul. This was down by my hometown because I was totally tricked into going to a surprise birthday party for myself. So I was asked to stop at the St. Vinny's because apparently that's where I was going to pick up my kids, but alas, I was tricked. So anyways, I ended up with $14 worth of books, which isn't a total loss. So I did find Confessions of an Ugly Stepsister. I have collected all of these books. The only one that I've read in the series is Wicked, but I feel like I either have this one already, because I always get confused if I already have the lion one or if I already have this one. So chances are I already have this one. But again, free little libraries will get their get their books. We like camping. My daughter always talks about camping, so I found Curious George Goes Camping. How to Catch a Gingerbread. It was so crazy because literally the price on this book is $3.48. Who is paying $3.48 for a kid's book at a store? I mean, that seems to me like that's crazy. But good for me that yellow stickers were 99 cents. So, How to Catch a Gingerbread. We have another educational book with rocks and minerals. How to Catch a Dinosaur, again, 99 cents. They are trying to get $4.48 for that book. 365 simple science experiments. I thought this would be super fun. You can learn science through fun little things to do, and there's plenty to pick from there. This was also 99 cents, and this is ripped here, but you know me, I cannot stand kid dust jackets. I throw them away because look at this perfect book. Nothing is wrong with it. Maybe, the dust jacket saved it, but I mean, I'm so excited about having this book. You have no idea. This is my favorite Christmas movie. Well, it's my second favorite. My favorite is A Christmas Story. We got a book about reptiles. We got Daisy Dinosaur Gets Lost. The Snake Who Said Shh. Amazing Crocodiles and Reptiles. Planet Earth. I Spy with My Little Eye. Taco Truck. Snack and Find. That one should be fun. And of course, last but not least, we have another giraffe book. So, Giraffe Problems. And I thought this one, oh no, I'm going to have to do some taping. I didn't even realize it's totally ripped in here, but that's okay. So, I'll have to tape that. I didn't realize that. That's okay, because it was like literally 50 cents or something like that. So, anywho, believe it or not, those are all the books. There are a lot of books here, but that is my haul for this summer. I'm pretty sure that that's going to be the end of like hauling for a while, because I mean I have got books and books and books and books. I mean they're just coming out of my ears, books. So I'm going to wipe all these down. I'm going to organize them to where they belong, whether that be on my shelves or kid shelves, and call it a day. So I hope you enjoyed that mini-ish haul. I mean, I would call this a mini haul. This is a mini haul to me, if that's saying anything. But I hope that you're finding great books in your areas. Always try thrift stores. They're an amazing place to find books, and your local used booksellers, your independent sellers. But anywho, I hope you're reading something fantastic. I know I can find something to read. And until then, I hope you're taking care, staying safe, and as always, you know how it goes. Happy reading. Bye.